Welcome back. It's an incredibly busy time in Metro Council with budget hearings just wrapping up this week and a big vote expected next week. So we have Metro Councilman Kevin Kramer here in studio with us. Councilman Kramer represents District 11, that's Eastern Jefferson County around J-Town. He's also the vice chair of the Budget Committee. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Quite happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So we want to start with the budget, of course. I know that you've been deeply involved with this process. Does the budget that we're going to see next week look a lot like what the mayor first proposed?
Yes. We don't make very radical changes to the budget. Pretty much every year we'll tweak a few things here and there. So it'll come out looking a lot like what he presented. There will be some changes, though, that we think are pretty important. And so you'll see those kinds of, I guess you'd call them tweaks.
Excellent. And what have been some of the biggest challenges you guys have faced over the last month?
Well, this year's budget is particularly challenging because of the amount of ARP money that the federal government has given to Louisville, which you would think is a great thing. With all the extra cash, you would think, hey, that should be easy for budgeting. What that's done for us is it's created a situation where we have to try and figure out how do we create a budget this year that we don't find ourselves deep in debt next year, because we budgeted according to the money that was coming in that of course won't be coming in again next year.
Right.
So that's been the biggest challenge so far. And I think you will see some changes to what the mayor sent over in an effort to adjust for some of that increase in revenue.
Set up for success even next year.
That's the hope, yes.
So of course, public input, always a very important piece of
absolutely.
this. How much did you guys listen, and how much does the budget really reflect what people asked for?
Well, quite a bit. I would say first that all of us who are on the budget committee and the council in general hear from, Louisville's not as big a town as you might think, and we all hear from our constituents. I still go to the grocery store all the time, and I'm stopped almost all the time by folks who are offering ideas about what we need to do. So there's that. We also held 2 public hearings where people could come and speak for up to 3 minutes, and I think one night we had 40 people come and speak, 42. On the other night, it was closer to 27 or 28. So those opportunities were there. There were also opportunities to log on and share your comments and your suggestions online. And so we've had quite a bit of public input.
Well, thank you guys so much for opening it up. That's obviously very important. And thank you for taking time with us here today. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.